Hey everybody, it looks like we are live. Good to have everyone on. Let me say hello to my sisters here in the sister circle. How you doing? Now let's make sure I've got the screen here. I think I'm all set to go. Sometimes there's a little... Okay. Let me go ahead and give the greeting. I'll get things started and then we will jump off. So, welcome to YouTube Talk with Denise Jordan. On this episode of the Shoutout Sunday Show, we're going to take a look at your thumbnails. Well, we're going to talk about thumbnails. We're not necessarily going to go and look through all of them. We're going to talk about the action plan for your 5 video ideas that we talked about last week. And we're going to talk a little bit about social activism and YouTube. I'll also give updates on open invites and collaborations. If you're joining us on the replay, welcome. You'll get good value from what we do here tonight. And please jump in on the conversation. Leave your comments in the comments section or your questions, and I'll be sure to get right back to you. And for those of you who have joined me live, I appreciate your hanging out with me tonight. I've got a great show planned for you tonight. I think it's going to be fire. So, hey, Stephanie at CreativelyMsMe with Stephanie. How are you doing? Janae Whitney, how are you? And let's see. Yeah, Stephanie, you are early today. You were one of the first ones to jump on. So it's always good to see you. Wendy, always busy. It's good to see you too. And Karen at the Maynard Mom, it is good to have you with us as well. So, and I'm going to write your name down so that to help me remember. Karen at the Maynard Mom. And then V is with us at Saving with Miss D. So how are you ladies doing? Oh my goodness, Diva, Designing on a Dime. I am so glad to see you here tonight. I have to tell you, when I did my live stream on Friday, and not a single one of my moderators were on. I have 5 moderators on, well, for the channel. None of you guys were on. And I had a troll. Oh my goodness. But I figured out how to get him off. And one of the other ladies was helping me. But oh my goodness. Hey, Mary from Rocky Mountain Gardens. It's good to have you with us as well. And let's see, have I got everyone? Carol from My Blessed Nest, how are you? And Eileen from Crafty Leanie, hello, sisters. And yes, let's get those circles in there because we're going to circle up tonight. I tell you what, we're going to circle up tonight. I'm just really excited about some of the things that I'm learning. I really am. And I'm just hoping that I can get them put into practice. So, yes. You know, Diva, you might not have got the announcement. Hey, Michelle, I was just telling Diva that I went live on Friday for, instead of doing a video, I did a live stream on Friday, and I did it about, I think it was called Racism, Social Injustice, Children, and how to talk to your Black friends. So instead of me doing a video about it, I decided that I would go live so that people could ask questions, knowing the possibility that I might get a troll. And usually, at least one of my regular people that are moderators will jump on at some point. Nobody was on. Not even my sister, who's a moderator, was on. So, but luckily I figured out how to get him off, and one of the other ladies helped me. But oh my goodness, he was really a heckler. And at first I didn't notice him, but one of the other ladies said, I think you have a heckler on. And so it took us a minute to get him off. But yeah, we got rid of him. But hey, Carol and V, how are you? And Julie Marie, how are you doing? And so Michelle, how are you? Leni says she's going to be listening, but she's cooking. Hey, I know it's dinner time for some of you guys. We've already had dinner. My husband just wanted a quiet day at home, so I took him to brunch this morning at one of our favorite restaurants, and then he's making himself. He already made himself some fried fish for dinner. I had leftover pizza, so we've already got that taken care of. So there's that. So I think I've spoken to everyone. If not, I'll try to catch up with that and come back in. But ladies, I have to say, when I did that live stream on Friday, it actually turned out very well. Well, let me not talk about this now. This is for later in the show. So let me go ahead and get things like on target, like they're supposed to be. And then Diva, don't forget, you and then Michelle that are on, if you guys could remind me, like Diva, if you could be the timekeeper, and if you have to jump off and Michelle is still on, if she could be the timekeeper, because I don't want us to go over 2 hours, because when it gets too long, then people get tired and then people start jumping off. So just kind of remind me as we okay, it's been 30 minutes, it's been an hour, it's been an hour and a half. So I know when it's been an hour and a half, I need to kind of hurry things along, because I want to be more conscientious of you guys' time as well. And sometimes I'm just chatting and I'm not looking at the clock. So, all right. So before we get started, what you sipping on? I got blueberry lemonade tonight. And I made it with the blueberry syrup that I made last summer, and I got it out to make blueberry lemonade tonight. So I got blueberry lemonade. What you got? I even have prop tonight too. Ha! I'll show you later. But all right, I got blueberry lemonade. What you got? So V says she's got flavored water. Carol has McDonald's tea with lemon. Stephanie has watermelon juice in her juicer. Oh, watermelon juice. Green tea. Diva, you've been drinking that green tea. It's supposed to be really good for you too. Karen at Maynard Mom has water. Clarissa, hey, Riri, good to have you with us. She's got lemon water. I've been trying that a little bit more too. Tammy, hey, Tammy, how are you? Mary has water with lemon. Michelle, ice water with a splash of simply watermelon juice. Okay, so you guys have some good things to sip on tonight. Well, all right then. Let me just remind you guys, and we've got 14 people on. If I could get 14 thumbs up, that would be great. And let me just remind you guys about the challenge for June. The Sister Circle challenge for June was our 5 things video. Now, I'm going to write that in there. Our 5 things video. This is one video for your channel that is evergreen with 5 things in it. The number 5. Oh, I'm writing this in the wrong place. I see. I put this down in the... I wrote all of that in the line where I have to search for the emoji. Duh. Okay, here it is. So it's the 5 things video. One video for your channel that is evergreen with 5 things in it. 5 something. Now, this is not to be confused with your 5 video ideas. We're coming to that later. But remember, the challenge for June is that you come up with a 5 things video. And just to give you a little history on this, it could be 5 reasons for whatever, 5 things, 5 favorites, 5 something. So 5 favorite DIY projects, 5 favorite kitchen tools, 5 reasons to use an Instant Pot, whatever. But the topic must be evergreen. The topic must be evergreen, because one of the things that I'm trying to help you guys think about, and I'm asking you guys to do this because I'm trying to do this myself, is try to think about video topics that are evergreen, meaning that people will come to my channel or people will be searching for this topic year round. So be thinking about those. And so one of the things that I did was I did a video on 5 reasons why I like to wear aprons. So I got that one in. It's evergreen, and I'm getting good traction on that. And then Carol at My Blessed Nest did a video and a challenge on 5 things I thrifted and use every day. And then Leslie at Midlife and Nailing It did a 31 bags fold and file review. 31 bags is a line of handbags, kind of like Vera Bradley or one of those home party lines, and you can buy handbags and other things, and it's called 31. So this one was 31 bags, the fold and file review, 5 favorite things. And then Mary at Rocky Mountain Garden did 7 reasons I love gardening. So she didn't do 5, she did 7, but still, I mean, it's on the same line, so she got that done. And then Sandy at Sister Cousins Lifestyle, she did a 5 things I thrifted and use every day as part of the challenge that Carol put out. So she still has a 5 things that she needs to do. Now let me just get caught up on the chat. So V says, great idea, because every green video, that arrow is always in my way, that every green video get reviews on a regular basis, so I can do 5 ways to save money on, 5 ways to save money on maybe some particular thing. So yes, V, you certainly can. What else are people saying? Oh, people are speaking to each other. So, okay, cool. So Tammy says she thinks she'll do a 5 favorite furniture pieces. That's a good one. The Frugal Wife is with us. So, hey, Helen, good to have you with us again. Hey, guys, remember, Helen joined us last week for the first time. So she's back with us as well. So Helen, what we're doing right now is I'm reminding people about the challenge, and I am challenging you as well, as you are now part of the Sister Circle, to create a video for your channel that makes sense for your channel about something with the number 5 in it. 5 things, 5 reasons, 5 whatever. So now I will say that I did do a little search on YouTube, and I just typed in 5 favorite. And what popped up, the search bar will kind of populate some things for you. And what popped up was 5 favorite DIY hacks. So now for those of you who like DIY, there you go. 5 favorite DIY hacks. 5 favorite films, holiday songs, 5 favorite flips. So for those of you that like thrifting and DIY, again, 5 favorite flips. So the Frugal Wife said hers is 5 reasons she chooses frugality. Great. That's a good one. That's going to be evergreen as well. Karen at the Maynard Mom says, I'm working on 5 strategies for. Now, Karen, you didn't tell us what the 5 strategies were for, but here's the thing. If you type in 5 strategies for in the YouTube search bar, they're going to populate that with all kind of different ideas to have strategies for. So boom, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, and then when I typed in 5 favorite home decor, and I hope Tammy from I'm Me, Myself, and I'm DIYing it, because I thought about her when I saw this, because we were kind of struggling a little bit trying to help her get specific on her 5 videos. And I found 5 favorite home decor websites, 5 favorite home decor ideas, 5 favorite home decor hacks, or 5 favorite home decor DIYs. So when Tammy jumps on, if you guys can remind me to tell her that, whereas, when we were trying to help her last week, her ideas were so broad, they really weren't very searchable. But if we narrow it down this way, she can get lots of good searchable ideas, such as how to upscale DIY projects for your living room, or upscale DIY projects for your bathroom, or DIY decor hacks to upcycle your whatever room in your house, that kind of thing. So I thought about you today, Tammy. So if you're on, those are the things that I came up with in regards to you. So, all right. And oh, now for ladies also, let me see. So Karen says 5 strategies for meal planning with varying food sensitivities in the family. Okay, now Karen, that's long. You're going to have to narrow that down, but it makes sense. So 5 strategies for meal planning if you've got, I know what you mean by varying food sensitivities, but it might be if you've got picky eaters or something like that, or if you've got food allergies in the family, whatever. But yeah, something on those lines, you got it. And then Tammy said her husband just recommended 5 must-have pieces for tablescapes. Boom, exactly right. Clarissa Coward, 5 favorite organization hacks. Now, Clarissa, that's perfect if that's what you do. And I know that's what you do on your channel. But, I'm just trying to say we want to make sure these are specific for your individual channel. But yes, boom, that's another good one. So now, here's something I thought of for all you ladies that like tablescapes. When I typed in 5 favorite holiday table with a little S on it, it said, I just put 5 favorite holiday, and let me show you how I typed it in. I typed in 5 favorite holiday table S. I typed it in just like that. And then, hey, Andrea. And then what popped up was table settings and table setting ideas. Now, so my thought was for all you ladies that like to do tablescapes or table settings, the holidays are coming. So you might want to consider something like this for upcoming holidays. 5 favorite 4th of July table settings, or Thanksgiving table settings, or Christmas. But think about what's down the road and what you want to work on now to prepare. And 4th of July is just around the corner because, today is June 21st. So it's not too far away, but you still have time to work on it. But in the meantime, there is Thanksgiving and there is Christmas. And then for DIY people, if you're having Halloween parties or whatever, 5 favorite table settings for Halloween parties or whatever. But be thinking ahead, and I'll tell you why about that in a minute. And then for the Jewish holidays that are coming up, for my Jewish sisters that are on with us, I don't know much about the particulars of the table settings or the traditions associated with the various Jewish holidays, but you do. So is there a way to get 5 favorite somethings for Shabbat, or Rosh Hashanah, or Yom Kippur, or Sukkot, or Shemini Atzeret, or Hanukkah? And I may have said some of those wrong because, I'm not used to saying those words. But is there something that you can do about 5 or 7 favorites, or 5 hacks, or 5 reasons, or 5 things to do for whatever for those holidays that are coming up? I'm just saying, be proactive, think ahead, take a look at your calendar and see what you can do. You need to get these on your editorial calendar. You guys should be thinking about these. All of you should be thinking about those holidays that are coming up and set a date and think about what it is you want to do and set a date to do your filming, your editing, and then what date do you want to get them deployed. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be transparent. Last summer, I made this blueberry syrup, but I got so bogged down and overwhelmed with so much other stuff, I never got the blueberry syrup video edited. And I promised Marilyn I was going to get that up because she wanted to know how I made that blueberry lemonade. Well, I missed the window. So now blueberry season, blueberries are in season again right now, or they might have just gone out of season. Heck, I hope I didn't miss it again. But So I need to be getting that video up now for how you make the blueberry syrup so you can make blueberry lemonade. I know strawberry season is in right now because everybody's got them in the stores and, people are starting to talk about it. I should be posting strawberry jam and strawberry other kind of videos, that kind of thing. You're hearing static. Am I moving too much? It could be that. It could be, Carol, that I'm moving around too much. Sorry. I got that plugged in, and yeah, I should be okay. I'll quit moving around so much. So anyway, I'll try to get that video done. Okay, and so again, think about what it is that you want to do. Think about what it is that you want to do and plan ahead now for the holidays that are coming up. Just like you start planning your holiday shopping early, your holiday meals, think about your holiday videos because you don't want to wait to the last minute and miss the window like I have done. Okay. And then once you get them done, you can get them scheduled out, months in advance. Like right now, I'm working on how to get a video up on how to brine a turkey. Because I did the video last year, but I didn't get it up in time. So I didn't put it up. I just kept it in the can. And now I'm going to get it edited and I can get it uploaded in September or August so that when people start searching for how to brine a turkey, I hope that they find mine. Hey, Grandma Sandy, you are not late. You are right on time. You get here when you can get here. And what we're talking about right now, everyone, is how to plan ahead for the upcoming holidays for your 5 things video. So with the holidays coming up, what are some of the things that you can do videos on related to your channel that makes sense for you so that you can plan ahead and get them done? And then for my newbies, these are to be what we call evergreen topics. Now, for my newbies, what's an evergreen topic? That's a topic that is searched year-round. When I post a video on how to clean a toilet, I may not get 1,000 views at one time, but over time, that will get traction because people search how to clean a toilet year-round. Now, how to brine a turkey for Thanksgiving, that's seasonal. People probably don't start looking for that until September, and then they're looking for it, until after Christmas, and then they're done. That's what we call a tent pole topic. Let me type that in. I don't know why I'm scratchy, guys. I'm not doing anything different than I normally do. I'm going to have to get me a mic. So a tentpole topic is like a holiday. So a tentpole topic is like a holiday. It comes around once a year, but it comes around every year at the same time, same celebration. Christmas comes around every December. Thanksgiving is every November. Halloween is every October. So if you plan on topics related to those are what we call a tentpole topic because when you see it on a graph, this is how it looks, like a tent pole. Like that's like a little teepee or a little tent or a little pup tent Boy Scouts use. So here's the flat part of the graph right here. And there you see it start to go up. And then it peaks or spikes right here. And then it starts to come down. And then when it gets down here, it's gone until next year. And then it starts all over again. So that's what's called a tent pole topic. Okay, I turned my volume down. Maybe that'll help. Mary said she loves the graphics. I'm old school. That's all I can do. So, all right. So we're looking for something that's evergreen or something that's tentpole because you want it something that's going to be searched either all year round or at least every year for your channel. So there's that. So you want to consider how you can capitalize on those topics for your channel. And typically a couple of months prior to the holiday when people will start searching. And yes, I did turn that down, so maybe that helped. Okay. So when people start searching early, will they find your video? That's the question. So do people have any questions about that? What's an evergreen topic or what's a tentpole topic? And I know I've got a couple newbies out there. So Eileen, do you have a question about that? Helen, I'm not sure where you are in your journey, but any questions about that from you guys? Tentpole or evergreen? Okay, all right then. So since there's no one has any questions about that, then let's go ahead and get down to the topic we wanted to talk about for today's show, which was thumbnails. And the rundown for today's show is this. For those of you that didn't get a chance to share your 5 things video last week, I want you to be able to share those this week. And then if you still don't have ideas, the ladies can help you get some, can throw you out some ideas that'll be specific for your channel. And then hopefully we can take a look at the calendar to see if you can, what dates you might want to plot those out on your editorial calendar. But before we do that, what we will do is talk about the thumbnail assignment for the Daryl Eves video. And I want to do that first because I don't think that will take as long as when we start talking about our 5 video ideas and then the social justice piece, because we just kind of get to going kind of long. So let's take a look at the Daryl Eves video assignment first. And I did put that link in the description box today, but it's also the same video assignment we had last week. And I asked you guys to take a look at it during the week so you'd be prepared to talk about it tonight. And I have to say, that was the best video on thumbnails that I've ever seen. I just got so much clarity. And I want to get you guys' opinion on that. So how many of you who had the opportunity to take a look at that Daryl Eves video on thumbnails? And his video says that he'll help you get 3 times the views if you follow those principles. And I looked at the video 3 times. It was only about a little less than 15 minutes. And Michelle, you have got to watch it. Mary at Rocky Mountain Garden says she watched it. She learned a lot. Levels of Style. Oh, somebody just joined us. I'm sorry. Levels of Style with Sandra. Hey, Sandra, good to have you with us. Stephanie said she watched it. Michelle said she watched it. I watched it. I'm going to tell you 3 times. I thought it was amazing. It really gave me a lot of clarity. I thought I was doing a pretty good job with my thumbnails. They're so much better than they used to be. And then one of the ladies in another group that I'm in said, you need to work on your thumbnails. Diva, you've got to watch it. It's amazing. It really is. And I'm going to summarize it a little bit. And we're going to talk about some of the points. And then I'll share with you the points that I took away. The name of the video, the video is linked in the description box, but I'll just say that it's linked in the description box. But the channel is Daryl Eves. That's the name of the channel, and the video is called the video is called The Best YouTube Thumbnails That Will Get You More Views. It's called The Best YouTube Thumbnails That Will Get You More Views. And, Karen says it was great. And it really was. And I'll tell you why it was so great as I go through it. So first of all, these are the tips that he gave us. And then Yeah, I see. I really need to work on my game. And so I did some things over the weekend that I'm hoping will pay off. But he was very clear, very specific, and then had examples to show us on what we needed to do. So the first tip was that we need to engage the curiosity of the individual, and that you do that by either the expression on your face or whatever is going on in the thumbnail. But the biggest thing that I got out of it was he said you need to have close up and show emotion. And I have to tell you, I don't know if I can get that on here, but oh, I just had it. He said it shows you you have to have close up and emotion. And let me get the voice off because I don't want to get in trouble for that. But you need to have close up and show emotion. And hey, Marilyn, good to have you with us. And when he was talking close up, he was really talking close up. And that was something that I thought I was close up, but evidently I was not close enough. I want to get one of these. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but oh, I touched it. You know how it is. You touch the screen, and then when you touch it, go back. You guys see that thumbnail? Look how big her face is, and she's reaching for that credit card. So he said, you know, you want to really do close-ups on your videos. And I'm like, wow, that was really close up. I've not done videos close up like that. So when I posted the thumbnail for this live stream, I made it a little bit closer up than I normally do. And I put kind of a quirky, funny, not funny, but just kind of a, you know, quirky expression on my face to try to look a little different instead of my usual. I try to like, or something, just something a little different to give someone a different idea. But, you know, those videos were like that close. I was like, gee, I had not thought about that. And he also talked about, and these are things that I've talked about before, about the human eye being drawn to the human face. But that's why you really want to get good close-ups and then have lots of emotion in the face. And so when you look at that video, he shows you several different examples. And so you see Stephanie put close in caps in her comment because they were really close. And so that separates the thumbnails I've been doing from what the thumbnails of the YouTube masters have been doing. I've not been doing it just right. So I'm trying to get there. The other thing he talked about was showing progression, and that's not something I've done. Now, I think Michelle has done that a couple of times, but where you show from like a before and an after, I know several of you have done that, a before and an after, or he talked about 2-panel progressions with before and after, or something like that, or 1, 2, 3, or A and B, those kinds of things. So those were not things that I've tried before either. And he also talked about polarization. You know, Sandy says she doesn't know if she wants to be that close to the camera. She has so many wrinkles that people will be distracted. You know, Sandy, I really don't think they are. And, you know, put your face on. That always helps me. It helps kind of smooth it out so you don't see what's all there. Marilyn, I got blueberry lemonade. But you get to decide that, Marilyn, and not Marilyn, but Sandy. The other thing he talked about was when you are putting objects in the video. And a lot of times for you, you'll have a thumbnail that has your fairy garden in it, but the images might be small. He talked about making them really large, front and center, but really large to fill the frame with the object. So if you're not going to be in it, and maybe you've got Hickory and Dickory in it, that you really fill the frame with Hickory and Dickory so we see their faces and we're drawn to their eyes and we think, well, what are Hickory and Dickory up to today? That kind of thing. The other thing he talked about was text to amplify the thumbnail. And we've talked about this several times, not having too much text on there, but the text would amplify or complement the title, but not repeat it. And most of the text that they had on the thumbnails that he showed were just a few words. Oh, you're waiting for the recipe for the blueberry lemonade. Okay, Sandy, I'm going to have to get this out. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this week to get my blueberry, I won't forget, but to get my blueberry syrup video up. I got to try to get that done. So there was that one. So again, text to amplify the thumbnail, but not to repeat the title. He also talked about using hand gestures, arrows, or symbols, and I never do that. But, you know, pointing or using an arrow to point at something, I never do that. But that's something to consider. Perspective to amplify. Oh, and perspective. Using perspective, like maybe he showed this one example where you look up high and you're looking down, those kinds of things. I've not tried any of those tactics. And then videos that show, thumbnails that show action, that use color combinations that's quite colorful. And then also to design your thumbnail for mobile apps. So design your thumbnail for your mobile apps. So keep it in, I don't know where I do it with my cell phone, but keep in mind that most people are looking at the videos on their cell phone. So it's got to be big enough to be seen in the screen, which means that the font's got to be big enough to be seen on the screen. And keep in mind that font that is written in cursive writing is difficult to read on screen, particularly on a thumbnail. So there's that. And then he gave 2 power tips. Power tip number 1 was to spend more time on planning and shooting your thumbnails. And tip number 2 is to analyze what you've done. Once the video is up, take a look at what happened, take a look at the data, analyze it and adjust it, and then change them out as needed. And one of the things that Stephanie's pointing out that he said is the picture on your thumbnail can tell the story, or it can generate the necessary curiosity so that people want to click on your videos. Now, here was my thought, though. My question to you guys that saw the videos is, do you think those tips are going to work for us? I was trying to think how I can apply those tips to the things that I do. So for example, if I'm doing, am I still having static noise? Yeah, Marilyn, people talked about that earlier, and I thought I had took care of it. I don't know where it's coming from. I did just have something leaning against the microphone, but is the static noise still bad now, people? I moved something away from the speaker, so I'm hoping that took care of it. Yeah, Stephanie, see, that's what I was thinking. I don't think those tips are going to work for everyone or every video, because I was thinking I do cooking, cleaning, and laundry. So I can certainly see where I really need to get in closer for some of my laundry videos. I can see perspective. I was trying to do a video thumbnail where I was showing myself down inside. I was trying to clean out the washer, but there was no way. Well, I don't have the kind of equipment that allowed me to get it up high enough to really focus down on me like that. So, you know, I can't do some of that. So Carol said she's been planning her her thumbnail words as she works on her video rather than an afterthought like before. And that's what I'm trying to do. I spent the weekend working on shooting video for thumbnails for 3 videos that I have coming up. Hey, Shanji, good to have you with us. So that's what I tried to do. So we'll see. You guys will see them coming up. I'm working on a couple videos on how to make fish bone broth and how to make fish soup. And so when my husband went fishing and brought the fish home, I had him give me some of the fish so that I could, like, I don't know, try to take a thumbnail with those. So Karen says she thinks a large image can communicate, but question raising curiosity. And I think it depends upon what kind of maybe facial expression you see or what the individual is doing in the video. I looked at some of the things they were doing, and it made me think that some of those tactics will work well on some of those kind of videos that you see a lot of the guys doing, you know, the funny challenges and quirky things that a lot of the guys do on YouTube. I don't know so much about my end. I'm not doing anything different today, Stephanie, or rather Marilyn. So yeah, I'm glad you agree, Stephanie, because I thought, I don't know if all of these ideas will work for me. I can see the close-ups. I can try the curiosity. And I like what he said about how to organize the clutter for your videos. Check my speaker. Girl, I don't know anything about a speaker. Okay, see if that made a difference. I checked the speaker. I fiddled with the knobs on it a little bit. I don't know what else to do. So Carol says she's been taking a ton of pictures after she films a video and then has more options to choose from. That's what I do too. I will usually take my video at the end of at the end of filming the video, I'll keep the camera rolling, and then I will do, you know, if I'm going to do this to show a product, I'll do that, or you know, where I might be like that, or whatever it is I'm going to do, I will do that once I'm done shooting the video. And like I'm getting some help right now editing one of my videos. And so I warned the person, I said, now at the end, I may have a couple of short clips where I'm kind of posing for pictures for the video. So I have to let the video run because I'm doing it by myself. So when you see me doing all these or whatever, I'm trying to get a thumbnail. Don't think I'm crazy. And yes, Mary, the thumbnail style has to mesh with your channel style, like Inspired by Nikki. So we'll see what happens. And you guys can let me know. And I thought what I would like for us to do, and I want to make sure that right now what I'm thinking about it, for those of you who are new to the channel and may not know, there is a Facebook group for the Sister Circle on This and That with Denise Jordan. So if you guys want to join the Facebook group, and then let's try to post 2 thumbnails for our next video. I'll put a little something up. I'll try to do it tomorrow, but I'll put something up about about a thumbnail link that you can put your various thumbnails on there. Or if you want to like just kind of put a post on there and say, okay, these are the thumbnails I'm thinking about for my next video. What are your thoughts? I turned it down some more. How does that sound? Is that better? Because if I get my husband to come up here and look at the speaker, he's going to have to unplug stuff. And then I'm really in trouble. So, okay. So I'll try to get a mic. Okay. All right. So I'll try to get a mic for next time so that it can help filter out some of that. I'll try to sort that out. But anyway, I'll try to post something on the Facebook group so that you guys can come over and then post your thumbnails, and maybe ask your sisters, okay, which thumbnail do you work better? Which one would get your click? That kind of thing. And we can just kind of practice them. When they talk about A and B testing, this is the way we can do that. All right, so what's your takeaway from the discussion we just had on thumbnails from Daryl E's video? The name of the Facebook group, it is, go to my Facebook channel, This and That with Denise Jordan. And then it's going to be Sister Circle. So when you go to my Facebook page, I've got a couple different groups on there. Like I've got a group on there for my TNT channel, my traditional homemakers. And then I have a group on there for the Sister Circle. And we've not been doing anything with it lately, but I thought we need to be practicing some of these things we're talking about. So we'll post the next two. For our next video, post 2 thumbnails, and people go over there. And if you can, make a comment on people's thumbnails. And I got a couple I'm going to try. So, and when I posted my thumbnail for my video on how to talk about racism and the effects on children, I really tried to get kind of a real thoughtful expression on my face and, you know, bring the camera in close and put a different color around it, that kind of thing, to see how it would work. And I don't know, I did do an ABC test on my other group, and they liked the one that I picked. So Clarissa said, so Riri's takeaway is that she needs to do a lot of work. So first she's going to watch the video, but she knows her thumbnails need more pics of her, but she really doesn't like being on camera. Clarissa, I don't know why you don't like being on camera. You look so pretty. But I understand everybody has their own thoughts about this and that. So I get that. But so I'm really trying to work on my thumbnails because I really want to get my click-through rate up. I really do. So Carol said her takeaway is trying larger pics and trying to get better emotion on her face. And she's going to try and use arrows and symbols. I'm going to work on getting more close-ups and larger pictures and more emotion. And let's see, because I put stars by the ones I want to do. I want to do close-ups, get more emotion on the face. Now, I know that gave you guys static, sorry. And then the other one was to spend more time on my thumbnails. So like to really plan ahead. So that's what I plan to do, those 3 things. I'm going to really plan ahead. So for example, if I'm doing a video on a day in the life and I am showing you like what a typical day of my life is when I'm working in the garden. Like right now, my morning routine includes my gardening routine because I got to get that done. So what kind of thumbnail would you want to see from something like that? Give me some ideas. Diva says the same for her. She wants to try to do those same things too. So what kind of thumbnails would you want to see? I'm doing a day in the life and I'm showing you my morning routine out in the garden. What would you expect to see that would represent that thumbnail? And while I'm waiting for that answer, somebody else can jump in on their takeaway. And one of the other things he talked about, so Carol says she's been making 2 thumbnails lately, and almost always the second one is best. Okay. Oh, so Stephanie said she would like to see me one with the garden hat and tools. Okay, garden hat and tools. That's a good idea. Wouldn't have thought of that. Clarissa says flowers or veggies. Now, Clarissa, you want to see a thumb with the flowers or veggies, or me in it with the flowers and veggies? See, that's the question. And Mary says, maybe me collecting some flowers in a basket. You know, Mary, I don't have a cutting garden. I wish I did. I don't have a cutting garden, and my daylilies are just now coming into bloom. I'm going to have to do a cutting garden next year. But that's an idea. Okay, so Clarissa says one with me with flowers and veggies and me in it. Okay, so I got some ideas that I'll be thinking about because I got that video, at least one of them, all done. So Carol says I could do a picture of me in my apron holding a tool or laying out my tools. Okay, I like those ideas. Thank you guys for those ideas. Okay, great. All right, so did anyone else have a takeaway they wanted to share? Everybody's agreeing to improve their thumbnails. Okay. Would like to see my garden in the thumbnail. Okay, got that idea. All right. Thank you guys for those great ideas. I needed those. All right. Okay, so next then, we talked about 5 video ideas last week, and many people were able to give their 5 video ideas, but some of you, we ran out of time and was not able to do that. Oh, go ahead, Stephanie. We can come back. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get right back on. While you're typing in your question, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the 5 video ideas challenge. Oh, okay. Go ahead and put the question in there while I'm talking. So now, when we talk about, I want you guys to understand the difference between our 5 video ideas. That is different from the 5 things videos. The 5 video ideas is a series of 5 videos on a topic that you can build on your channel, that you can build on your channel to attract, that you can build on your channel, and it's evergreen. So that's our 5 series, our video series of 5 ideas. Now I'm going to back up to see Stephanie's question. Stephanie raises a very good point, and her question is, when you do a premiere, shouldn't you be there to answer a question? And the answer is yes. When you do a premiere, you should be there in the chair communicating with your viewers, because that's the whole purpose of a premiere, so that you can watch the video with them. Now, have I missed a couple of mine? Yeah, one of them I forgot. I had, set my timer, and I said, okay, just going to do this in a couple of minutes. Got distracted. It was like, shoot, and I missed it. One time I came on a little bit late because there was something going on. I think my mom might have been with me at the time. But yes, you should be on there. It's poor practice if you host a premiere and you're not there. But have I been guilty? Yes, I have. But I try not to do that. But yeah, you should be there when you host a premiere, because people are jumping on a premiere. It's like a live stream. So premieres are considered live. So when you do a live, they expect to see you in front of the camera. You see so many do this without being online. You really should make a habit of that. One day I got on a little late. I can't remember what happened. I just came on maybe a minute or so late, but a person had jumped on my premiere, and it wasn't anyone I knew, because premieres are posted as live. And the person said, oh, so you're just going to host a premiere and then just not be here? And then they left. I was like, ooh. And I was a little late. But yeah, you should be there when you host a premiere, because the whole purpose is so that you can chat with your people. And I like premieres because I get to just chat and engage, and I don't have to worry about this and this. I can just chat. So did Sandy have a question? Did I missed it? It says, do you change your thumbnails? Yeah, you can change your thumbnails whenever you missed it. Okay. Would it be okay to put up 2 different thumbnails or arranging things differently on the same video? Yes and no. So Sandy, if you post a video with a thumbnail, what you want to do is try to see what kind of traction is it getting. Now, if it looks like it's not getting very much traction right away, then go ahead and change it to something that you think is going to work better. If it's getting good traction, then leave it alone. Penny said, can I do a thumbnail tutorial? Actually, Penny, I already have. There's one listed here on this channel. I did one about thumbnails using my own because, you know, I didn't want to get a copyright strike and use somebody else's, but I did do one already. But Penny, if you look at the Daryl Eves video on thumbnails, you'll be a different person. But yes, take a look at that. So Lynn says that being late is not the same as not being there at all. A couple of times I have jumped on late, and then as soon as I jump on, I just start right away, you know, making comments, and I'll go back to see what kind of comment did they make earlier, that kind of thing. So yes. So all right. So now let's see. Did we finish up this topic? Okay. So now we were getting ready to talk about our 5 things video series. So let me just type it in here so everyone's clear. Our 5 video ideas series that are evergreen. So who did not get the chance to oh, so Lenny said she changed one of hers today. So good. Good, Eileen. Good. Action taker. That's what we like. Circle it up. Hey, drop a circle up for Eileen, ladies. Let's drop a circle up for Eileen because that's what she's doing. She's tightening things up and she is taking action. So now let's drop a circle up for Eileen. Yep. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Okay. All right. So now, who wants to share their 5 video ideas that didn't get the opportunity to share last week? And remember, these are specific for your channel. So, Eileen, I don't think you got the chance to share yours last week. Do you want to do that today? And if you still need a little bit of help, people can help you sort that out. And Shanji, I don't think you got the opportunity to share yours last week either. So hang on, guys. I got to grab my phone real quick. Hello? No. This is Denise. Oh, no, I'll have to have her call you back. I thought you were someone else. My mom was in the hospital, and I thought you were calling about that. So I'm sorry. But I'll have her call you. No, but this isn't about Gwendolyn Stewart. Oh, oh. Um, okay, hang on just a second. Guys, they took my mom to the hospital, and I just need to give them some information. So if you guys could talk to each other real quick, let me handle this phone call, and then I'll come back. I'll be right back. But if you guys, what you're talking about is your 5 video ideas, and you guys should be giving Crafty Eileen video ideas for her channel. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to do the show. So, okay, so you're calling about my mom, not my sister. Helen, yes, okay, yes. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Helen Gwendolyn Stewart, Stewart, 1832, 2612 Oakwood Drive. She should be, is she at parking or? Oh, everything should be in there. Nothing's changed. Okay. Right, I'm Denise, and my other sister is Juanita. And she's 260-418-6252. Yes. Yes. She said, well, just Vicky, Juanita and myself. No. Yes. I'm sorry. What is that? Oh, verbal. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much. Bye. Sorry, guys. My husband was supposed to answer the phone if anybody called, and of course they called on the cell phone. So, and they took my mom to the hospital tonight, and you can't go to the hospital, otherwise I would have just canceled the show. But okay, so are you guys getting good ideas for people for Eileen? Oh, see, it's funny. Lynn is on tonight, man. I don't think she heard me say they took mom to the hospital tonight. So, Lynn, did you hear that? You better call Mickey. So, Penny says she wants to do 5 things needed in a guest room. You know, in wait a minute, At Home with Nikki. I think it's At Home with Nikki did a guest room video, or a couple of them, that talked about things in a guest room and how to set a room up for a guest room. That woman, At Home with Nikki, is amazing, and she did some really nice things about that. So let me type her channel in. At Home with Nikki is her channel. So Penny, look at that. Oh, that'll help you out tremendously. Um, um, did you guys help Eileen? I don't see that because she was up first. Let's see. Okay, so 5 quick DIYs was for Eileen. Now, what else for Eileen? Oh, 5 reasons why I love Dollar Tree. Okay. 5 reasons why I like to thrift. Okay. Um, 5 reasons why I love Dollar Tree. Shanji, Dollar Tree videos almost always do well. Dollar Tree is like huge. People love Dollar Tree. So Dollar Tree is good, but you could do them both. Remember, you want to come up with 5 video ideas, 5 themes, THEMES, that are evergreen for your channel. And be thinking about, again, those holiday topics too, because I know a couple of you guys jumped on a little late and missed that. But let's circle up for Eileen, ladies. Let's do Eileen first, and then we'll do Shanji. Okay. Okay. So Carol asked Shanji, what does she like best? Thrifting or Dollar Tree? Both are hot topics. Wendy did a guest room Wendy did a guest room series last summer. So, okay, so Penny, take a look at what Wendy did. Okay. All right. So people are circling up. So, okay. All right. Oh, Andrea, thank you. My sister called me just before I got ready to start the show and said they were taking mom to the hospital. And I was like, what? So we'll see. Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right. So, Shanji, help me remember what Crafty Leanie, 5 best Dollar Tree finds. Yes. Now, Eileen, that's right on point for you. 5 best Dollar Tree finds. And that could be on target for Shanji as well. Shanji, I can't remember offhand what it is your channel is about. Do you do DIY or are you home decor? Tell me again. I'm a little rattled right now, so tell me again what it is that you do. No, I don't need to go right now because, the thing is, I can't go to the hospital. That's why I went ahead and did the show, because right now they're not letting anybody in the hospital. So one of my sisters went to the hospital with her, and she can't even go inside. She'll have to sit out in the car. So you can't even wait in the lobby. So she'll sit out in the car, and then she'll call me if she needs anything. Oh, now Shanky's got a real good point there. She says to get something for $1 is worth more than $1 is the best experience ever. Okay. Well, Shanky, what you want to do is come up with 5 ideas that are going to be evergreen around, that topic. So you could do both of those video ideas. Yeah, you could do both of those. So Shandy says hers is home decor. Well, wait a minute. Let me find it again. Thank you, guys. Shandy says hers is lifestyle, DIY, home decor, flower arranging, quick and easy tips. That's why she loves to thrift. Quick and easy meals and something else, little something. This little arrow is always in front. When I have to go up, the arrow is in the way. So, Shandy, you've got a lot of things there. So what you might want to do is pick a theme, like pick one of them and then create 2 or 3 or all 5 videos on one topic. For example, if you like to do home decor or flower arrangements, then maybe you might do a series on flower arranging or a series on home decor or a series related to quick and easy meals, that kind of thing. And what's the little something, but I can't see it? Little beauty. Oh, and a little beauty. Okay. I get that. I like to do, well, I don't do it anymore, but I love to do beauty. What you might want to do is look at your analytics and see which videos have gotten the best traction and create maybe another 2 or 3 on that topic and go from there. So yeah, okay. So she's doing a series right now on flower arranging. Good. So what are some tools that one needs to have for flower arranging? Because I know one of the first DIYs that I did that had to do with some kind of flower arranging thing, I didn't know that when you bought those flowers from Dollar Tree, there was a wire in the middle, and so you couldn't just cut them with scissors. Oh God, the video is hilarious. So what are some tools you need for flower arranging? What are some of the specifics that you have to do? What are some of the principles, tall, short, full, what kind of bases, that kind of thing. So those are some ideas there. Okay, so we've been on for a little over an hour. So did anyone else want to share their 5 ideas? Wire cutters, flower wire, flower tape. So you might talk about the different tools needed for flower arrangement and share, like, what are the best wire cutters that one needs. So I finally bought a pair of wire cutters and they're pink so that I would know them from my husband's. But I tried all these different things and they still didn't work. I found 3 or 4 different sets of tools in my husband's toolbox and none of them worked. Well, I didn't realize I wasn't using them right. So there's that. So, what are the 5 tools, or you might do a comparison of 2 or 3 different wire cutters, or a comparison of different flower tapes, or whatever, all the different things you need for that. What are some things that you should have? So those are evergreen ideas. People will always need to know those things. And if they watch the first video on flower arrangement, then they watch the second video on tools they need for flower arrangement, then they watch the third video comparing 2 or 3 different kinds of wire cutters. It just kind of keeps them engaged. Okay, so there's Shandy's. Now, did we finish Eileen? I can't remember if we did or not. Did we finish her up? Okay. All right, so then let's go ahead and talk about social activism. I'm going to, so before we do that, let me just say this. Now, we talked about our 5 ideas for the video series that we want to create. We also talked about the one video that I challenged you to create for June, which had to do with 5 reasons why, 5 DIY hacks, 5 whatever. Those again are all evergreen topics so that people can always find those if they're looking for that topic. So if you don't get that, hopefully you can get the thing done in June. But if not in June, then certainly in July. But we'll be looking at another challenge in July. Keep in mind, though, that you want to make sure you're getting these ideas on your calendar. So now if you've got those ideas for your video series, look at your planner, take a look at the monthly layout, and try to get a good idea as to when you can get those done. So, take a look at the calendar. And this is just October. I just, opened it up to that page. But just take a look to see what makes sense for you. Are there challenges that you're going to participate in? Put those on the calendar. And then are there your signature topic? Because your signature topic is going to be whatever is related to your video ideas. For example, my signature topics are cooking, cleaning, and laundry. I got to find time to get those done. So even though right now I'm doing gardening because it's summertime, I still need to figure out cooking, cleaning, and laundry. And then Eileen says she does all Halloween in October. Eileen, those Halloween videos that you want for October, you need to get those done in August so that in October they're done. You can put them up and you're not in a rush trying to get them done. Halloween stuff will be out now, I'm pretty sure. If not, it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. Hobby Lobby gets it in early. So Eileen, Halloween videos for October should be done in no later than September. But if you can get them done in August, get them done in August. Just to share you guys a secret. When I do my Thanksgiving dinner video, the last 2 years, I don't know if I got it up last year or not, but the one video that I've got where I show people coming into my house for Thanksgiving dinner, and I have the turkey and the whole 9 yards, that video was shot in October, and I did it for my sister's birthday. I have 4 sisters, and one of them has a birthday in October. So I call it her Thanksgiving birthday. I cook a whole entire Thanksgiving dinner for her birthday. I invite all the family in, and we have Thanksgiving dinner for her birthday. My husband said we had 4 Thanksgivings last year because we did her Thanksgiving birthday. We went to my daughter's for an early Thanksgiving celebration in Memphis because she couldn't come here. Then, of course, I hosted Thanksgiving here, and we went somewhere else for Thanksgiving. So, yes, okay. So Eileen says that she gets it in earlier. Hi, Ruby Graham. You say you hope you didn't miss much. Well, Ruby, what you've missed is us talking about our 5 video ideas for a series of evergreen topics on your channel. That's done. We have already talked about the thumbnails that we talked about from the Daryl Eves, thumbnail video. So you've missed that. You can catch that on the replay, so you can see that. But right now we're going to talk about the social activism now. So let's get to that because we've been on over an hour and I might have to jump off, guys. So let's get to the social activism. Now, here's the thing. My question for you guys is whether or not you need to address the elephant in the room. What is the elephant in the room? Right now, the elephant in the room is the racial unrest, the police brutality, the social movement right now against police brutality, systemic racism, and the protests happening all over the country. That's the elephant in the room. So whether you talk about it or not, that elephant is sitting over there in the corner. So your question, excuse me while I wipe my nose. So the question is, should you address it on your YouTube channel? That's the question. Should you address it on your YouTube channel? Do you feel like you need to address it? Do you want people to address it? So I had a couple of questions here before we get into the discussion. I got a couple of questions. So Ruby, you're right on time for this. So let me just couch the conversation from this perspective. And by the time we're done talking about this, we probably won't get to the collabs, but I've already put the collabs in the description box. I did that early. God knows, I don't know why, but something told me to put those in early, so they're in. So I went through my email to collect all the information that people had sent me. But here's the question. So you guys think about this and then be prepared to start typing in an answer. This conversation we're having is not about whether or not racism exists. That's not what this conversation is about. Our conversation tonight is along the lines of whether or not you feel the need to address it on your channel, or if the people you follow on YouTube need to address it on their channel. That's the question. The other question is, what should your voice be in all of this? So now let's talk about that. Because I really struggled with whether or not I wanted to say anything on this subject. And I will admit that I thought about taking the coward's way out and putting on my scrub and approaching it from the community health perspective, because violence is a community health issue, anxiety and depression, and then all of those things, post-traumatic stress syndrome and all those things that I talked about and can talk about fall under community health issues. But I thought, Denise, you're hiding behind your uniform. I thought you need to address it as a woman, as a mom, as a grandmother. And I thought, because I thought, do I need to talk about this? And then I thought, if I do talk about it, what perspective do I want to bring to it? Do people really care what I think? Do they need to hear from me? And, I really struggled with it. And then I talked to my daughter about it. And I think I talked to my sister about it. And she's, Mom, you've got a group of people that follow you. They probably want to know your thoughts. So I decided to go ahead and talk about it. And I decided to do a live stream rather than do a video. And typically when I post another video throughout the week, it's either on a Friday or a Saturday. I try to get Tuesday and Friday if I'm going to post another video in the week. So that's why some of you guys didn't get it. And, and I don't know, some people didn't get the notification, because I did get the notification out. Sorry. And, I, just had on a dress and just like I just talked, like you and I are talking now. And the title, which I don't even remember what the title was now. Let me find it. Let me find what the title was. But the title was about... The title was Protests, Racism, Children. What to Say to Your Black Friends, TNT Live. That was the title. So I knew that I would get people that probably don't normally come. And I figured I would get some of you guys, that kind of thing. And it turned out to be a good session, because I kept thinking, I don't need to get on there and talk about my personal experiences. But my biggest concern was the effect that all of this was having on children. And I know my son has taken his two little girls, 8 and 10, to various protests. They've been very active in voting rights, and then, like doing things associated with that. And they're 8 and 10, so they are very active and informed that young. And like I said, and then my oldest one, who is 10, was very active in, just kind of at her age, during the Clinton, Trump election and all that kind of thing. And then my 2 older grandchildren, like Jordan is 16, and I linked a Facebook link in the description box where she was giving a presentation or speech at a protest march in her city. She lives in Memphis, and she was talking about what teens can do to participate in social activism, like what they can do now, that kind of thing. And her brother, who's 14, was there with her. And then my youngest son did a music video. You guys have got to look at the music video. I do have it linked in the description box, and it just explains the whole thing. So for my white friends who are on, if you watch that music video and just kind of listen to the words, you'll get it. You'll get it right away. And for those of you that are non-white, that are living all of this, you will get it as well. But the whole question was, how do I approach it? So that was my way to approach it. And it turned out that there were people who did want to hear what I had to say. There were people that wanted to know, my perspective. And so we talked about those things. But like I said, my biggest concern was, how do you approach things with the children? Because they know everything. They know sometimes they hear some things before you do because of social media. So that was how I chose to approach it. So what are your thoughts? So Penny says we should be careful we're not saying something to make it worse. And that is true as well. You don't want to make things worse. But the thought is that silence is complicity sometimes. So let's see. I think Leslie was on Friday, and Nicole North Garden was on. Nicole from Nesting Haven was on. I had quite a few people on that don't normally, which they come on all the time. But I also had people come on that don't normally come on one of my videos, and we had a very nice discussion, other than the one troll that jumped on it. We had to take care of him. So Shandy said she thought I did a good job. Yeah, Shandy was on as well too. So she said she thought I did a good job. And and I was a little nervous, but I was like, okay, this is something we need to talk about. So what are your thoughts? So Penny says we need to be careful so we don't make things worse. Do you feel like you need to say something? That's the question. Do you feel like you need to address the situation? And I do know. So Leslie said she was glad that I did. And Penny said it's a hard subject, but it's here. True. It's like dealing with the elephant. The elephant's here. So does anyone else have any thoughts, any comments to make about whether or not they feel like they need to say something on their channel? Because that's what this is about. It's about whether or not you feel like you need to address it on your channel. Because here's the thing. So Penny thinks she should. Shanji said she made a 10-minute video and then she deleted it, because here's the thing. When you make a stand, when you make a comment about something like that, people may not always agree with you. And I had one person who said, I'm so over all of this. I'm done with it. I'm tired of talking about it. And I'm tired of people having conversations and feeling uncomfortable. I'm just done. So I replied back very kindly and said, I can't be done. This is the reality that I'm living right now. I don't have that option. And she says, well, we do have that option. We don't have to talk about it and blah, 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 blah. She said, and I am unsubscribing from your channel because this is not what I want to talk about. And I say, well, okay. Thank you for engaging, and I'll see you later. So if you do make a statement, whether it's pro, whether it's con, whatever you say, you're going to lose subscribers because you're going to offend someone. So now Karen at This Made Her Mom says she thinks it's important to address. Mary says she watched the replay. She thought I approached it pretty good. And Diva says she's been wrestling with talking about it because her emotions have been all over the place. And that's one of the things that I talked about when I talked about how you deal with it with your children. You got to get your emotions under control first. Diva, you've got to watch the video that my son made, linked in the description box. I want you to watch that video and then call me. I'm going to send you an email with my phone number. I want you to watch the video and then call me. So there's the thing. So if you plan to talk about it, but then how will you talk about it is the question. So now let me just show you a few things that I found, which I thought was kind of interesting. So let's see. So like I said, I linked in the description box one of my granddaughter, my 16-year-old granddaughter, making a statement at a march. And then I linked in the description box my son's video. I'm also going to link it in the comment section. You guys have got to watch both of them because Jordy talks about it from what teens can do. And teens want to be active, but you want to direct them to be active in a purposeful, positive way and in a safe way. So you got to choose where they're active, number one. And then Riri, if you think you're emotional now, wait till you see my son's video because it really shows what all of us are thinking. And there's one portion of the video where a woman is singing. And then when you hear those words, you know, like that's you singing. So there's that. And then my son is the one in the last part of the video who is what they call freestyle, free flow. It's like rapping, only it's freestyle, free flow, whatever. He's doing that. And he's got a flag wrapped around him. And then my two little granddaughters are one of the children that you see in there. So watch, everybody watch the video and share it. It's a powerful video, but it's made to be positive. So see that. So Shanji said her husband said it was best to delete it. She said she was different in the video and he thought she shouldn't post it. If he thought you shouldn't post it, then you probably have. Because what we don't want to do is add flame to the fire. We're not trying to come off. Whatever you do, you want to add light in the darkness. That's what we want to do. You want to add light in the darkness. So, Hillary at Old World Home posted a video, and I think I linked it in the description box. If I didn't, I will, because I have it linked here on my paper. But Hillary at Old World Home, you know, she's the one that does the $5 Goodwill Challenge quarterly. She did a video called A Conversation on Race between me and Grace, or something like that. But she has one of her girlfriends on, and they're talking about race. Now, I didn't watch the video because I just found it when I was doing research for tonight's show, but I will watch it. But her and her friend have a conversation about race. Now, and Hillary chose to address it that way. This video posted, I think, sometime within the last week. I'm thinking 3 or 4 days ago, but maybe sometime in the last week. Someone else who posted something which was really a surprise to me. Okay, so Leslie said she saw it and that it was beautiful. Someone else that posted was the DIY mommy, and I don't watch a lot of her stuff because you guys know I don't like a lot of DIY stuff, so I don't usually watch DIY, but I do try to stay on top of what's going on her channel so I can bring information to you guys. Well, not Hillary, I think her name is Christina. She is doing a series that she is calling Share the Mic Now on the DIY Mommy. And she's got a creator on whose channel is called Damask Love. Like Damask, let me write this down so you guys know. Is the name of the channel. Damask Love is the name of the channel. And the creator is Amber something. And the creator name is Amber something. Young Black woman. She's adorable. Just pretty, just cute as a button. But this is what Christina says. Christina says the creator's name is Amber, and she'll be sharing her love of creating, tell us more about herself and her business, and share what it's like to be a Black woman in the decor and DIY industry. It's all going down on Instagram today. And this was 3 days ago. So this was that. And I tried to find the video. I don't know anything about Instagram, so I couldn't find the video. So I don't know if it was an Instagram story or what, but it was about, but I do have the link from the one of the posts when Amber was on there, and I'll put that in the description box so that you can see it. But she says, this is what Christina, the DIY mommy, said. She says, for too long, Black women's voices have gone unheard, even though they've been using their voices loudly for centuries to enact change. Today, more than ever, it is necessary that we create a unifying action to center Black women's lives, stories, and calls to action. we need to listen to Black women. That's why we have chosen to hashtag share the mic now. So I don't know if this is a movement that's going around, if this is something that Christina's doing on her channel or whatever, but it's called share the mic now. And she chose this young Black woman to come on. That's her way of addressing this situation. And I thought, I like that, like, and she's doing it from the point of, we are women, we are sisters, we need to unify as women and, lift each other up. That's how she's sharing her platform. So let's see, what did Kimberly say? Because I missed it, whatever it was. So some people watched the video, thought they did a good job. Okay. So yes. So, and I thought it was just so nice and just so nicely done. So now that's how they've chosen to address things on their channel. Have they lost subscribers? I don't know. Probably so. Now I know, I think it was Leslie at Midlife and Nailing It posted like a little blackout square on her channel and said, or an Instagram or something, and said she wasn't posting for like, a day or whatever, because of, in support of, well, not in support of, but, because of all these social unrest and all that kind of thing, and that she certainly felt in sympathy for what was going on. So she posted that. And then I think Nicole Northgarden or Nesting Haven, one of them, had posted something on her channel about 8 minutes and 46 seconds or something like that. And she got a lot of nasty comments about it. And people told her they were unsubscribing because she had posted these things. So be prepared for hate, because everyone's not going to like what you have to say. So I just want you to be aware of that. So as Penny said, you pray about it. You don't want to make it worse, but people may not like what you say. So Karen says, in Maine, many people struggle to admit that systemic racism and racist police brutality exists. So it's super important to be clear in her stand on her social media platforms. So I appreciate that. And that's a lot of what I got from the people that were on my channel, because there were some women on that I had not met before, some Black women, and then of course some Caucasian women, and I think there were some Hispanic women on too. And they just felt that it was important that their voice be heard, or some of them said, I didn't expect this or that person to talk about it, but I appreciated it when they did. So one of the things that I did mention on my channel when I talked about it was, like what to say to my Black friends. That was one of the things that I addressed. So for those of you that are here that missed that, and the Black friends, what do you say to your white friends? Because me and my daughter were talking about this. Like I said, it's the elephant in the room right now, and there's no way you can avoid it. If you're at work at the water cooler, which not too many of us are at work at the water cooler right now, but whatever. But for those of you who have, for my white and subscribers or sisters who have Black friends that you normally would call and talk to on the phone or would connect with, like more socially, and you don't know what to say that. Just give them a call and say, hey, I know things are kind of crazy right now. There's this, that, and the other going on. I don't know what to say, but I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you and that I care. If you want to talk, I'm here to listen, because listening is the most important thing you can do. So you can do that. And then, for my Black viewers or sisters on right now, when your white co-workers or white friends have questions, it's just as hard for us to talk about racial issues as it is for them, because we've been taught you don't say certain things in mixed company. And well, they've been taught the same thing. Mixed company meaning Black and white. So depending upon the setting, mixed company could be men and women, or, you know, black and white, that kind of thing. So just know that it's something that everybody's thinking about, whether they say it or not, and just how can you shed light on this subject. So some people may say, well, I just want my YouTube channel to be a light in the darkness right now, that people can come here and not have to deal with or address all of that. And that's fine. That's your right to do that. That's okay. I think that's okay. Now, if you're a thought leader, that's something different. And I think that because I helped lead this group, I felt like I needed to say something. Mary, now you are onto something there. Now, Mary, who's a librarian, says she's thought about making a video book talk about children's picture books dealing with Black families, racial realities, etc. Absolutely, Mary. That's exactly what's needed right now. And in the links for the video that I did put some apps and resources that people can use to help frame a conversation with their families. One of the links in one of the articles did link to a resource that did just that talked about books and things like that that you could use with your children and things like that. But that's a great idea, Mary. Now, you do that, you'll probably get quite a few views on that. Now, here's the thing. You could get lots of views on it, just like I got the views on my coronavirus videos, on my hand sanitizer and disinfectant. And I appreciate the views, and I certainly appreciated the monetization that those help with. But that's not my traditional viewer. But yes, do that. We need that right now. That would be perfect. Okay. So you guys what are the thoughts that you guys have on this? Because like I said, what should your voice be in all of this? I wanted my voice to be something rational and reasonable and approaching it from the perspective of, as a homemaker, since that's my thing, I'm talking about being a traditional homemaker in an untraditional world, and it's very untraditional right now, then I wanted to talk about what we need to do to help the children, the teens, that kind of thing. So there's that. And what are people expecting to hear from you? So now, Diva, you have a lifestyle channel. You know, you talk about your family from time to time. We know you got those beautiful sons that you're concerned about. So, you know, figure out how you want to approach it and then go from there. Just know that whatever you say, you will lose subscribers. So think about what may or may not be the repercussions. So there was that. So I talked about those things. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing a page. Oh, there it is. Got it out of order. Oh, and let me tell you guys one other thing. Oh, Diva, your husband's a retired police officer. Oh my. See, you got a double dose right there then. Because, you know, here's the thing. We know that all police officers aren't bad. We know they all are not. But right now, they're getting a bad rap. So, you know, there's part of that. So here you've got a police officer as a family member. So you're concerned about that. Shanti said hers is a retired law enforcement officer too. So, you know, one of my ex-brother-in-laws, you know, is a retired state policeman. So, you know, their family had all kind of issues related to their concerns about him and all that kind of thing. So it's a catch-22. It really is. So you have to think about where do you want your voice to be? Do you feel compelled to address it? And if you do, how do you want to address it? How do you want to be viewed? And just keep in mind, people have lost jobs over Facebook and YouTube, mostly Facebook, by, you know, people saying things, getting crazy on there, and then their bosses see it and they're like, no, we don't want that kind of thing going on. at our place of business. So just keep that in mind too. If you have an employer. So those are just things to think about. So again, I'm not saying that anybody's got to talk about it on their channel. That is totally your own perspective. If you feel that you must say something, just be prepared for whatever fallout you may get, and just be a light in the darkness. Whatever it is that you say or do, just be a light in the darkness, you know. So was this discussion helpful, guys, at all? We didn't get into real depth, but what I wanted us to think about was, as a YouTube creator, was it something you needed to do? Oh, and there's one other video that I found that I think you guys would find very interesting. This one totally surprised me in a way, but then again, it didn't. This one was by the Modern Lady, and it's a young Black woman. She looks like she's somewhere between 25 and 30. So, you know, she's just a babe, between 25 and 30. And her channel is called The Modern Lady. Well, Penny, you can speak the truth, but you can speak the truth in different ways. You can be conscientious about the way you speak the truth. So you can speak the truths and incite discord, and you can speak the truth and incite calm and encourage people to, you know, try to look for solutions, because the truth is the truth, but what kind of action do you want to follow up with the truth? See, that's the thing. So it's how you approach that. So, but let me tell you about this one. So the Modern Lady, this one surprised me. I've mentioned her before, and I just love her. She talks about how to be a lady in today's world. So typically when you see her, she's got on her little black dress or something similar, a strand of pearls, nice little, you know, pearl earrings, very conservative looking, very conservative hair, very conservative, beautiful young lady. She's a follower of Jennifer Scott, the Daily Connoisseur. She's in that group, but I really like her. She hadn't been on for a while. And then I look up and hear her thumbnail. She's got like 3 fists up like this, like Black Power. She's got 1, 2, 3 fists. And the fists are different colors, black, brown, and yellow. So shades of, you know, from the, you know, lightest to darkest or whatever. And okay, Eileen, good night. I'm just about done. I just wanted to wrap this up in a second and tell this one story. And be sure and check out, you know, check out the video in the description box that my son made. But she talked about 6 solutions for racism. And she was very precise, you know, she gave some very good ideas, specific details on what you can do to fight racism. There's 6 specific ideas, but this is not what she normally talks about. And her thing is to shed light in a dark world. And she says, well, I guess I still am on brand, but I'm just trying to shed light in a different area. But it was a very good video. It was very good. And she just did a very good job. So I think I've got that in the description box as well. If not, I'll make sure all these links are in the description box. But if you don't look at anything else, look at my son's video. You guys have got to look at the video. So was this discussion helpful, ladies? Good night, Eileen. Isn't that a song? Good night, Eileen. Oh, it's Good Night, Irene. That's what it is. Okay. So Ruby says she's glad I addressed what everyone is asking themselves. So what do you think? Ruby, what do you think? Do you think it's something you want to address? Stephanie, do you think it's something you want to address? I know Diva said she's thinking about it. Shanji said she's thinking about it. Penny's thinking about it. Is it something you think you want to address? Because remember, you don't have to. But if you do, figure out a way to shed light, to bring light into the darkness. We don't want to fan the flame or anything like that. So, you know, Clarissa says it was thought-provoking. And that's what I wanted us to do, was to think about think about what's going on. how we can help? Or do you feel like you're helping by providing a respite on your channel for that? Or do you feel like you need to address it at least once? So now, Hillary at Old World Home, people that have talked about it. Oh, excuse me for snorting. Sorry. But the people that have talked about it, they talked about it once. So if you decide to address it, you don't have to talk about it a lot. Stephanie said she talked it over with her family and they advised against it. And that's fine, Stephanie. And it could be as simple as the way that I think it was either Karen or Leslie said that one of my subscribers, one of our YouTube sisters, approached it from the perspective that they put up a video and just said, I'm not bringing a video this week. I've just been very disturbed by all of the unrest that has been going on. I've just been so saddened by these situations. And I just think out of respect, I just can't put up a video on a new shopping haul this week. I'll see you next week. And left it at that. And that's fine. Or not. It's up to you. All right. Oh, yeah, Shanti, that was definitely a bad idea because you would have been emotional. Oh, my goodness. You would have been so emotional. And maybe it was good that you taped it and you got those emotions out on the page. I mean, not on the page. I'm thinking about writing, but you got them out on the screen, but then you deleted it. Because once they were out, you purged them. Then you can go on and be more constructive the next time around. That's what you want to consider. You can be more constructive, the next time around. Okay, guys, well, we've been on for a while. So is there anything else we need to address? Oh, I know Carol wanted me to talk about series, official series and something, but Carol, I can't do it tonight. I'm just kind of brain frazzled, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, Kimberly said she filmed one and deleted it too. And you know what? That's probably good. Like I said, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I was going to talk about, did my research, and I thought I'm going to do it live, but I had figured out the approach, and I wasn't really emotional then. So, yeah. So, I think we're going to need to wrap it up tonight, guys. I'm exhausted. And I think I'm just a little worried, too. I want to call my sister and see what's going on. I'll talk about it next week, Carol. Remind me. And I've got the updates on the invites and collabs in the description box already. Hey, Kenya, we're getting ready to wrap it up now. So you just have to catch us on the replay. And I know Addison does not want to go to bed. It's probably still light out there. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to run because, like I said, I want to call my sister. But I do have the collabs in the description box. So check that out. And please watch the video that my son made. I'll link it in the comment section. But it's also linked in the description box. It's called Flow Like Water. This is the name of the video. You can find it on YouTube, Flow Like Water. Let me see. It's called Flow Like Water. It's called Flow Like Water. And here is the link. I'll just put the link right in here. You guys will enjoy it. So good night, everybody. Again, check out the link right there. And I'm going to call my sister and see what's going on. And Kimberly, watch the video and then call me. Bye, guys.